Recollect the shine! I heard that.
Alright, cool. What's going on, guys? RoG Grizzly SG here, bringing you a RoG podcasting podcast. Alongside me is Bifey.
What's going on, guys? Bifey here, and I like to party.
RoG Sprack.
What's up, guys? It's Sprack. I'm a lieutenant in Warfare Brigade, and my favorite color is rainbow.
I didn't know we were
RoG
supposed to say
Scotsman.
ranks.
I thought I made that okay.
RoG Scotsman.
Hello, what's going on, guys? I am RoG Scotsman. I am a captain in the Revolution Company in Empire, and I am eating a burger.
Oh yeah.
Your voice is so amazing.
Okay,
Okay, guys.
I'm RoG Streak, commander of Crimson Halo Brigade in RoG, and I like cheese.
And the Big Daddy himself, RoGX Steel X.
Hey, what's going on? Name's Steel, Sergeant in Hellfire, and I like to steal homeless people's liquor for fun.
That as well.
That was worse than I thought it was going to be.
I told you it was great.
Alright, let's go ahead and kick this field goal and get her started off here, boys. Alright, we'll bring it in here today with a little talk about Xbox and Skype coming to Xbox as a default chat system. What are your thoughts on the story?
I mean, I honestly think it's a bad idea. The Xbox party system is already so, I mean, it doesn't have really any flaws that I can think of, and Skype's just going to bring flaws with it, so.
See, what I think is, though, I think it would be better, though, because there's so many complaints about the party being able to only hold 8 people. And so I think the Skype system is going to be able to hold more people than this 8, which will make it have bigger parties and the bigger chats and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, what damage could it do? I'm sure they're going to, like, change it a bit to better fit Xbox.
Think about it like this: if they're going to integrate Skype into the next-gen consoles, that kind of gives me a hint in my head that possibly there's going to be more of a cross-platform gaming. So, in other words, you could play PC and the new Xbox, you know, cross-platform-wise. That's kind of what it looks like to me if they can incorporate Skype. But, you know, the future will tell, but that would be pretty cool if it was integrated in that way.
I mean, but do you know how long people have been suggesting and contemplating cross-console gaming?
Oh, years, decades.
But honestly,
They have Shadowrun, an old game for the Xbox, and I still play it to this day. That is cross-compatible. You can play with PC guys.
Ooh, I might have to pick that up.
Yeah, there's already games like that. I believe Final Fantasy is a game like that. I'm not quite positive on that.
But, you know, back to the Skype thing, imagine what I see this as is a doorway for them to make extra money. And what they could possibly do is say, hey, if you have Skype on the Xbox, you have to pay for Skype Premium. So, I mean, they're always looking for ways to make the extra buck, and this could just be one of those scams.
Yeah.
Soft for you.
Well, Skype quality is a whole lot better quality than Xbox Live Party Chat quality if it's not lagging, in my opinion.
But that's the thing, though. Skype's already hard on connection, so it's going to be interesting to see how the connection part fares with the Xbox.
And for people who don't have PCs, are you going to have your Xbox connected to a PC, or how is that going to work?
No, like, well, why would it need to be connected to a PC? It already has internet connection as it is. You can already browse the web on your Xbox, so why would it need to be connected to a PC, really?
Yeah.
Well, I have a counter argument here, and that is someone mentioned, hey, well, you know, Skype, that'd be great. You can get multiple people in the party. Yeah, that's true, but like from my experience, being in a Skype call, having like 10 people, it lags quite substantially, in my opinion, from what I've experienced. So that can be definitely a big con if you want to try to get a lot of people in one designated group.
See,
That's the only problem.
that can also vary on the connection as well. I guess, because even on Xbox, you'd be in a party full of 8 people, and one day you're lagging, one day you're not. So, really, it's not really much different than talking on Skype. With some people in the party, it lags. 8 people in the party on Xbox, it lags. What really is the difference?
Oh yeah, think about in an Xbox party that like party lag where you'll get kicked and brought back into it and kicked, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. It does. It happens all the time on Xbox. It's really annoying. It happened to me today.
Yeah, so, if you're talking about Skype connection-wise, then I don't see how that would make a huge difference. If it does lag, then it's not going to be much different than a party chat.
Going back to the part where you were all speaking about the 8 people in a party might be going up and stuff like that through Skype. Right now, if you think about it, it's already bad enough with 8 people in there if you've got loud people in there. You can't get them to shut up. If you're, say, hosting a meeting for RoG in a party because you've got a short company, and you can't get them to shut up, it's a pain.
It's the same as in game chat, though. If you're hosting a meeting in game chat, you're going to have the same thing, a bunch of people talking. Really, that's another thing. That's not really going to make it much difference hosting meetings. I think it'll actually make it easier for in case somebody maybe might have left their game or something. And, I hear people all the time be like, I can't make the meeting because I forgot my game at my friend's house or a little friend borrowed it or something. So, that could also solve that problem, so that way you can hold more people and also make more successful meetings is what I believe.
Yeah, bringing this in terms of RoG, what you can do, at least over in the COD brigades, what happens most times for brigade meetings on Friday nights is they have to split it up to the lieutenant commander also, and it has to be two different lobbies of 18 people, so everyone can attend the meeting. And with Skype, you wouldn't really have to split it up at all, because you can have up to 100 people on a call. Everyone could just gang up on Skype, and
that's if they add that much compatibility to Xbox, though.
That's true.
I think we should really get into the, we're having definitely a good conversation with. I think we should get into Brigade Leagues.
That sounds good to me.
What are you guys thinking about it? I think it's pretty cool. Get kind of the competitive atmosphere going, and try to, and of course in the past there was issues with some brigades that would compete, and then there was issues, but that's the last thing that we want to have, and we really want to have fun, and that's the reason that we're in this community. So what are you guys thinking about the whole Brigade Leagues?
Well, you're constantly seeing people come to the site, newly imposed, hey, is there a competitive team? Is there any competition or anything like that on the site? And a lot of times the answer is, for the most part, no, because we're more of a friendly gaming community. Though some people do play GB and stuff like that, but I think it's a good opportunity to add a little bit more competition for those members who are more on the competitive side of things rather than the friendly gaming spectrum.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool, but I don't know. I speak for the Halo Division that we are not really compatible with COD, so sadly we won't have any Halo brigades in the Brigade League. But because it seems like COD and Battlefield are more versatile with switching back and forth than Halo is. So we don't have as much competition for Halo, which is sad. Which we can hopefully change that in the near future. But anyways, back in the subject though, I think the Brigade Leagues are really awesome though for the competitive players. I know there's a lot of them, and I see that there is a bunch of brigades participating in the league. So I think it's a great idea.
Well, I was going to bounce back on your thing about Halo. At least at first, I was kind of skeptical about it because at least a lot of the Battlefield 3 people that were coming over to play our brigade for COD were a little upset because they were like, oh, well, they're going to make us do this competition against a COD brigade and we're going to just lose, but they're not going to do this for Battlefield 3. But then I saw today that Scotsman is opening up a Battlefield 3 Brigade League, and hint, hint, hopefully in the future he'll open up a Halo one too. So then everyone can kind of go from game to game and see how they fare.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
It is meant to be coming soon with Halo. I'm doing it season by season, just like the Call of Duty League play. And first, obviously, season is going to be COD. Next season, hopefully be Battlefield 3 if I can get the Brigades to sign up for it. And then after that, I will be doing Halo if I can get the Brigades.
I don't know about you guys, but I play Battlefield, and when I switched over to Call of Duty the other day, it felt so weird, and I got destroyed. I went negative KD, and I got pretty frustrated. Went back to Battlefield immediately, so that's why I got back into Battlefield. But to switch back and forth, I mean, yeah, that is definitely kind of hard to do. Yeah, I agree with you, Shriek. Battlefield, you can easily go to Battlefield and Call of Duty because they have a similar feel to them. I mean, they're not quite the same thing, but they're just the way the combat is it's very similar. But Halo, it's a whole different game. It's more of a futuristic type. Weapons are a lot different. It's a different game. So yeah, I think that it is kind of easy to bounce back. But then going to Halo from Call of Duty or Battlefield, yeah, that's a little bit difficult.
I mean, and it's difficult for COD people to adjust because they're just like, oh, I can kill this guy with 3 shots in any COD game with any gun. But then they go to Halo and they're like, even with the most powerful assault rifle, I have to shoot him 5 times in the face. What is going on?
You have to unload like a whole clip into their head. And
that's Call of Duty for me. I keep shooting him, hit marker. Like, what? Like, I hit the guy, and then all of a sudden, someone comes up from behind me and kills me.
No, that's Call of Duty for me. I swear. Every time I die,
lag compensation for the win.
Every time I die in Call of Duty, I just say it's all aimbots. Yeah.
Aimbot. Just blame it on an aimbot.
Blame it on the aimbot. Yeah, to jump back on topic, though, I mean, I've been in a few communities, Steel, you know that. We've had some histories with each other, and I can honestly say I haven't seen anything put together like this. When I first read about the Brigade Leagues, when I first signed up, I didn't think it'd get this much hype, and it's kind of a shame I can't be a part of it since I'm in a game that only has, 15 people in it? But I'm really looking forward to see how it turns out because it's getting a lot of hype on the site. It really is.
All right, well, I just want to bring up the Town Hall, guys. Town Hall is a place for the leaders and the lower ranked members to get together and share ideas. And to kind of ask the RVs or any higher ranks that are in there any questions, or a chance you really can get some time to get to know some of the RVs, game with them as well. It's a great place to, get a feel of how RG community really is, how the leaders actually listen to their people. You can you can go to the announcement forums and sign up for the Town Hall and the Town Hall thread, of course. And if you guys have anything else to say about that, feel free.
I got something kind of funny. I don't know if you guys think this is funny, but I think it's pretty hilarious. When I heard the ROG Town Hall was going down, it kind of reminded me of the game Animal Crossing for the GameCube. If you ever play that game, you'll understand what I'm saying. But
yeah.
Town Hall, I was just like, oh yeah, Town Hall, all right, And I was like, oh, okay, it's not what I'm thinking about. It's something completely different. Never mind then.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the first Town Hall meeting, and we filled up the lobby. Anyone else who was there, I think you were there, Streak. Lobby filled up to 18 people within 30 seconds. I mean, it was great success. We talked about a lot of things. In fact, we talked about too many things. We had to cut it short. But it was a lot of fun, and I actually can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I mean, I'd second that because I was one of the first ones to sign up for the first one. But, I just come home that day, and I sit on my bed, and apparently I fell asleep, and I wake up at 9 at night. First thing I thought when I wake up, I run to my Xbox to check the time, and it's 9:30. I have never said that many choice words in the recent days.
It's me, dude. I fell asleep at 5, woke up at 7 for a nap, so I haven't been asleep yet, and missed my section meeting and at the Town Hall. So, it's section night for me.
I mean, yeah, back to the Town Hall subject, though. I mean, basically all we had before as a resource to suggest things was the suggestions and help forum, and lots of the time that wasn't very, it wasn't the most viable way to do things, and now I like how Bam Bam's been incorporating, a lot of new ways to reach out and put your ideas in, like the surveys he's been doing, and now Town Hall. I mean, I think now it's a lot easier for the lower ranked members and people who aren't necessarily staff and stuff like that to like reach out and even get their ideas implemented. So.
Yeah, I mean, the suggestion to help thread, I mean, forums are really great, but sometimes, they don't always have time to get to it, and it may take them a while to get back to a reply. So you can always, if you have any suggestions, you can always just save them for the town hall meeting, and if you don't get a chance to make it to the town hall meeting, or always go back to the suggestions and help, or shoot one of the RVs a PM or whatnot. But the town hall meetings are really place to get to actually talk to the RVs about your ideas, and it's a really great way to get them to play a lot faster. So
yeah, I mean, Bifey or anyone that was there, what was there anything major that was discussed or?
Not really. I mean, a lot of it was just big issues that were over in the community. Like we talked about the Gears Brigade, the Brigade Leagues, just pretty much everything that is big as news. And not a lot of people had too many questions. I mean, Streak might remember more, but I don't think I'm missing anything.
I do want to give a quick shout out to Bifey for being the first Gears of War King. Though he might have lost it time this podcast is released, though. So in that event, congratulations on whoever may have took it from him.
Well, that was quick, Grizzly, since that was just posted.
I'm a form addict, as most people know, as most people complain that I post way too much.
You post way too much, man. Just stop it. I'm going to have a heart attack.
Yeah, I mean, you're completely ruining this website, making it more active. Come on now.
That's such a bad thing, man. Come on now. It's negative waves. I'm not digging it. But what I am digging, though, is GTA 5. That's coming out soon. And, I mean, here's the deal, though, guys. So think about this. Are all you guys buying the next-gen console, the new Xbox?
And I'll be playing PC by then, hopefully. So.
Yeah, I'm not getting the next gen, probably, so.
Whoa. Everyone's saying, okay, I'm the only one here that's going to buy it. But that's besides the point. Because the deal is, I'm going to buy it. It's coming out. So here's the problem, though. It's coming out for Xbox 360 and the new Xbox. And PS4, they said that there's no backwards compatibility, which is kind of making me wonder that maybe the new Xbox is not going to be backwards compatible. So therefore, they're trying to tell me if I buy the game in September for current gen, I can't play on next gen when it comes out in November. That's ridiculous. What are your thoughts?
If they make it compatible to play 360 games on the next gen, I'll get it eventually. It's not going to be top priority because it took me a while to get a 360 alone. I had to wait for the price to drop just to get the 360. So, I mean, it might be a while before when the next gen comes out before I even think about getting that. But if it does cross to old Xbox, the 360, to play 360 games on the next gen, then I'll definitely be purchasing it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's almost seems as if the new next-gen consoles, with how they're talking about them and what they're going to do with them and the components and all that, it's almost going to be as expensive as a lower-end gaming PC. So I see it as a perfect transition to just go ahead and buy my high-end gaming PC and leave the inferior world of console gaming behind.
Well, here's the problem, though, that I have. I love PC, don't get me wrong, and I play some games on PC only, but it's so much more convenient, and it's just an easier type of lifestyle when you come home, grab a controller, turn the console on and play it, and I think it's just a lot easier. Using a mouse and keyboard, I can do it. It's just I think I'm more coordinated with a regular controller, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree with that prefer consoles, but it depends on the game realistically, whether I play it on PC or the current consoles.
I mean, I just look at it as, lots of people don't want to buy a PC because they say that, you constantly have to upgrade parts and stuff, but I don't know how many of you are like PC savvy and know anything about tech, but yeah. The Intel i7 quad core has, for the last 4 years now, has basically been the most, price-wise and performance-wise, the most ideal processor that you could buy for gaming, and I mean, I don't see it changing anytime in the future. I mean, as of now, until games start to evolve and all that, PC parts aren't going to change drastically for a while. So it is possible to buy a moderately future-proof PC, and it's so much more versatile, and you can do so much more with it that I really don't care if it's, how do you say it, if how convenient it is or, you know.
Okay. Well, let's get back onto the topic of GTA. Who's excited for it? Am I the only one that's excited?
Oh my god, I heard so many good things about GTA. I was told that it would take an hour to travel across the map, like in real time. That's what I don't know if it's true or not.
Okay.
If it's true, then that would be amazing. That's a big map. That's really big.
Yeah, I heard that it was like Liberty City, San Andreas, like all 4 maps like combined into one, and like multiple islands. So yeah, I heard it's freaking massive, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, you know, that'll be awesome, just, you know, driving in a car for an hour. And if you get stuck in traffic, I mean, maybe they'll add a lot of traffic components in too, so it can almost be like real-life driving and just as boring.
Well, here's one thing that I've been waiting for years, and this has been pissing me off. Every single game, every GTA game that comes out, I'm like, okay, I get into the vehicle, and you know what I'm looking for? Blinkers or turning signals. They never integrated that yet. When are they going to do that? Get your head in the game and just, like, let me do with the D-pad, like left on the D-pad, right on the D-pad, and then call it good, and then I can do that. When are they going to do that?
I would
Sometimes that's being a good citizen.
I would love to see GTA 5 become as realistic as possible. I think GTA 4, straight away from the original GTA series, that might be just my opinion, but I know a lot of people I've talked to did not like GTA 4 compared to some of the previous Grand Theft Auto games. But I'd like to see it become more realistic, better graphics, more, you know, like I said, turn signals, more traffic, more, you know, like how it be day-to-day life. I'd like to see a game that's really realistic like that, which may be boring to some people, but I think it'd be pretty cool to like a virtual world style GTA. But that's my opinion on the matter.
I want to see
also,
multiplayer. I want to see the multiplayer. I mean, we saw GTA 4's multiplayer. It was one of those that were like, it wasn't really a full-blown multiplayer. It seemed like they threw it in at the last minute, and yet it was so successful. So I want to see what they do with GTA 5 if they're going to make multiplayer very dynamic and, you know, have a true co-op feel to it. Have it feel like you're playing GTA by yourself, but you just have a buddy who's maybe a mile away on the other side of town. Yeah, I really want to see what they do with it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like, I'm one
You know,
of
I
those
feel
guys
like this.
I'm one of those guys that love GTA series. I'm following it since forever. GTA 4 did veer off the original GTA style. I think GTA 5 comes back with that. And then with that whole turn light thing, it is sometimes fun trying to go with the traffic. But I'm one of those kind of guys that'll just get bored and start ramming cars out my way.
Well, sometimes I want to play legitly and be a law-abiding citizen and follow the street laws and not kill anybody or steal their car or anything crazy.
I've plenty of times I'll just sit there and try to follow traffic and stop at the red lights and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's definitely pretty fun doing it sometimes.
But a game that actually had turning lights was Driver for PS1. That one did have turning signals. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, I mean, what I think is you guys are talking about turning signals and how awesome it would be about that.
Oh, yeah, dude, that shit's awesome.
And if you don't use your turn signal, you get pulled over and you get like a freaking ticket and have to pay that shit. Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
That would
But,
be an amazing game.
What if they had like a realism mode to this thing where you could play real time? If you break a traffic rule, you get a ticket. If you break this, I mean, if you shoot someone and you get caught, you have to sit in jail for 30 years.
Yeah,
30
right.
years real time.
Yeah, if they
Yeah, right.
think about real time, I think it would start straying people away from the game because if they get put in jail real time, they have to sit there for like 10 minutes. They'll get bored and quit the game. Because who would want to sit in jail? I mean, who would want to just sit in jail for 10 minutes? I mean, maybe they can add like a fast forward type deal or something. I don't know. But like playing a game like that would not go well with real time.
All right, guys, that was a good combo as well by GTA 5. Let's move forward to talk a little about the rank structure. I know a lot of people seem to know how it works, but there's some people who don't. So I did a podcast actually going over each rank in detail. The link will be somewhere in the thread or on the video description, so check that out if you have not yet learned the rank structure, so you know what each rank does, because each rank does serve a purpose. Even if you're a private corporal, it doesn't matter. You still have some justice, as well as the reason we are trying to promote form activity is to better the community, so you interact with people more often, people you wouldn't see on live because of different brigades. Pretty much all it does is it helps build the community and help it grow closer as well. Also, how you make lifelong friends, which sounds kind of crazy on the online community, but it does happen.
So I mean,
Alrighty,
I don't think we have any private or corporals in here, but I guess someone could go over that, and then we could Steele could go over what it's like. I mean, as he's currently a sergeant.
I can go whatever rank you want, dude. I've been all around, everywhere.
Well, I'm already on a podcast on it, so I think we might go into a later podcast, and for now I think we'll just link them to the thing, because we're kind of getting tight on time here as well.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just talk about a little bit about the rank structure. A recruit is, what I think about it is just like a probationary rank to see if you're going to, see if you adjust well to the community, see if you get comfortable and all, become active. After 2-3 days of being a recruit, there should be no reason why you should still be a recruit if you're active. You should instantly be, even if you just posted once in the whole entire week, you should still be promoted to a private within 2 to 3 days. Somebody else can go on to private.
Private is basically you're in the community, you've done that trial period, and it's like, okay, I'm a full-fledged member of the community, and then you actually have to become active, posting, playing with people on Xbox. So it's pretty basic, and definitely got to post a little bit, but it's not really that much responsibility at that point.
All right, who do we got for corporal? Any volunteers?
I mean, I'll talk about corporal a bit. As far as I see corporal, I mean, at least how I see it, I imagine it as something where, like, now that you're in the community, you've been a private. I mean, you've probably been in the clan at least a week, depending on activity and all that. And I think it's kind of the first rank where you want to start proving yourself, because that's when the real opportunities begin. Yeah, I mean, that's basically all I have. If anything, anyone else wants to add anything in.
Yeah, corporals should be a little more active than privates, especially if they want to reach higher than sergeant. Corporals pretty much like testing you to see if you can be a sergeant. And pretty much you can stay at a corporal if you want to. You don't have to go up any higher than you don't want to have to. But our corporals pretty much is testing you out to become a sergeant. Private and corporal aren't too much different. This really mainly into a little bit more activity. And then we got sergeant next. So I'll just go into sergeant. Then sergeant is pretty much kind of like basic training for leadership roles. Depending on what brigade / company you're in, sergeant has different responsibilities. Sergeant's main responsibility is to make sure all corporals and below are active, make sure they're all comfortable, make sure they're enjoying themselves, there's no problems. Any problems that are in between corporals, privates, or if they need help, sergeant should be the first one there to help them out, and make sure they're enjoying the community a little bit more and make sure they're doing what they need to be doing. On to staff sergeant.
Staff sergeant's kind of that veteran member. You've achieved your rank. You've done what you've done your due. You've been active. You've been playing with everybody. But you're kind of in the stepping stone to become a leader at that point, because once you become a lieutenant, you're second in command of that company, and you have a really big responsibility to adhere to at that point. But staff sergeant it's basically getting you ready for lieutenant. But they definitely have to be active, and when there is issues, they should be able to squash the situation immediately before the lieutenant has to deal with it.
Lieutenant.
All right, who's got lieutenant?
Lieutenant's pretty easy. I mean, basically just listen to your captain and help the below ranks out. If you keep an eye on that below ranks, you're doing just fine. Yeah, the captain will now and then get you to host a company meeting just to get your training up a bit. As soon as you're doing a good job, yeah, in that company splits, you'll probably do good. You'll do a good job.
On to Bifey. I mean,
captain, for me, how I look at it is it can either be the hardest job in the community or it can be the easiest. When it comes to captain, you know, the spotlight's on you. Everyone's looking at you to lead a bunch of people on Xbox. You know, how do you get them to follow you? How do you get them to, you know, listen to you? And I think, captain, if you have a company that you don't like, if you have a bunch of people in your company that you don't get along with, it's going to be the hardest job you're going to face in a community, just because it's going to be more like a babysitting job, you know, rather than a captain. So my advice for everyone out there who's a captain, I mean, just recruit guys you like, you know, and don't make a captain's position any harder than it has to be, because let me tell you, anyone in here who's been a captain, they know that it can be the hardest job at some time.
All right, and there you go. That's the basic ring structure from recruit to captain. I hope this taught you well. This is some information that you really need to know in order to get somewhere in RoG.
All right, guys. Let me go over the community awards with you. If you have anyone you think deserves a community nomination award, there is now a thread under the suggestions. I'm not going to go into it in too much detail, but look under suggestions. It is there, as well as if you have a brigade nomination you want to make, post it into your brigade forum. We may or may not add a nomination thread somewhere else at some point, but if you know anybody you want to nominate for being a good member or doing a good job, feel free to post a post for them and have them voted on. So, yep. Next topic, guys.
So like I said, community awards real fast. Awesome idea. I remember way back in the day, this was like 2009, we had community awards. We had like the Bam Bam Approval Award. You know, it's like per individual leader, and we still have that nowadays. And that was kind of cool. And then we didn't really have like the posting and the referral count so much, but now we do. So I'm glad that they really incorporated more community awards this time. And it just kind of gets you that feeling of, like, it's kind of like an achievement unlocked, you know, on Xbox, but you're on the website, and it's something that you can showcase to everybody that, hey, I earned that, I did that, and and you feel pretty good about it.
The awards are awesome. We also, you know, each brigade got their own awards and whatnot, so those are pretty cool. Let's check that out. But anyways, what I just want to talk to y'all right quick before we wrap up the show is the Gears of War. We just launched a new brigade called Tempest, Gears of War Brigade, lead it by DP as commander. This is our 4th Xbox division that we've ever had in RoG, so we really are starting to expand. It's really awesome. So give props for Beefy. I'm sorry, I'm not really sure to pronounce your name.
Bifey. Hey, don't feel bad, though.
Don't worry about it.
Hey.
Give Bifey props for starting up their GOW brigade and hope that flourishes and grows big.
Now we just need to get a PS3 brigade.
Don't worry about it, because Vanity, he said the same thing. He's like, Beefy or whatever. And I was like, no, it's Bifey. And I interrupted him. Same shit right there. Good job.
I don't know who it was, but someone was calling you Steak. It was a Halo recruit, and I was like, you know, who's in charge of your brigade? Oh, it's this guy named Steak. He's pretty cool. And I was like, what kind of name is Steak?
Yeah, I've been getting called Steak for years. I've had my gamer tag for a long time, even before Xbox. That can be a story from another time.
Next time the intro's going to be, now introducing RoG Steak. It's delicious. I love it.
I've been getting called Steak since like 2008, so...
All right, I think we have talked about some good stuff here. I think we're about ready to wrap it up here, but before we do that, you guys have any closing comments, closing remarks?
Yeah, guys, I want to thank everybody in the community for, 1, listening to the podcast, and 2, for putting in so much effort to help us grow to the number we have and reach the heights that we have over the last year. We came through a really hard time, all the bad sponsorships and murders we went through and stuff, and we finally came to a really good point. So we're getting on up there with a large gaming communities. Don't forget to vote daily, and that's all I have today.
And, you know, even though by the time this podcast comes out, the donations will have ended, but thanks to all who donated to Shadow's family. I don't personally know him. He was gone before I came to RG. I wish I could have got to know him, and I hope his family does well. And I'm really glad that we can do this to help them out. And I appreciate, and I speak for all the community when I say this, that we're really appreciative that you are taking your time to donate the money to help out this needing family. Thank you.
I mean, really, all I have to say to you lovely folks out there before I go is stay golden.
Stay golden, Colorado. Oh, yeah. I live in Colorado, so it's relevant.
All
right, guys.
Grizzly SG, and I am signing out of here.
This is RG Steak. I'm out. I'm going to get some steak.
Oh, yeah.
This is
ROG's.
oh.
Go for it.
This is RoG Sprack. Stay golden and love rainbows.
This is ROG Steel, and I lied about stealing liquor from homeless people. I only do that on Wednesdays. Just be advised.
Then you weren't lying.
Today's Monday, so we're good. It's chill. Don't worry.
This is
Godsman, you've got to be
this
creative.
is Bifey, and I'm sorry, everybody. I'm in a pretty bummed out mood. Last Wednesday, some crazy guy came up and stole my vodka. I don't really know what was going on, so my apologies.
I like to move it.
This is ROG Scotsman. Thank you so much for listening. I really did enjoy my burger. It was very good.
All right, later, guys.
And that's a wrap.